All right. What's going on, Optimus? It is Friday. Friday. And let's do it. Let's jump into the market. I guess that's that. What else is there left to say, right? All right, let's get the screen up here. Let's get the chart. All right, here we go. We are on a rip. We've been ripping since the open. You see right here about six. But right there at the open, man, we pretty much just ripped on up, and that is a massive rip. We went down from about 40.56 to 40.93. Came up, hit those highs on the upper band of the VWAP. So another bullish day. Honestly, it's pretty crazy to look at this and to see how much of the market has stayed up through all the inflation and through all the stimmies and everything like that. And it's just kind of interesting. We're getting kind of an ABCD pattern here. We've got this red to yellow. What the heck was that? There we go. We got this red to yellow on the TTM. Just gonna check something here right quick. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so we are here at 40.83. We've got room up here to the top at 40.93. It's $10 move. We got this red to yellow going on here. I'm gonna switch in here to about 6 ticks and just join the bid, see what's going on. I'm also going to pull up the evaluation side of things and find out where we're at here. What account are we on? We're on the 100K. All right, I'm going to zoom in on this. Take a quick peek at what we got. 9 is below the 12. We do have a possible crossover inbound. We also have a possible cyan switch as well. So we're down 6 ticks in this right now. Our entry was on 83.50, and we're down at like 82.50. I don't think this is gonna last though. I actually think that we're gonna pop here potentially. We do have that. We are kind of curving down from the upside. So there is a possibility that this breakout could fail, but I don't think it's going to. I just think it's going to take a little bit of time. I could be wrong, but we did get a really nice bounce off this 50 after we dumped down below it. I think what we could potentially be entering in the ABCD pattern. Okay, we're all the way down now at 50. So that's at 40.81. That's a pretty hefty drop. 9 still below 12. I guess I should probably wait for the 9 to get above the 12. We're really close to a cyan switch, but I have seen it fail here before. We're going from 1.4 down to 0.8 down to 0.3. So it's super close to the switch over, and we're right on there on the 50 EMA. This one had pulled back to 78. .8 to 0.4 to 0.3 on the TTM. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little pop on this candle here.
Order filled.
Join the bid at 81.25 on the 100K. I'm looking for a move up to 83.25, which is right up here. Hands over the cover button because this is a little bit of a risky trade. Looking for a lot more buyers to come in here. We don't really have a lot of volume today. At least not from what I'm seeing right now. New candle forming now.
Order filled.
Took it off there. I probably could have gotten more on this, but I pulled 2 ticks out of it. There's 83. I pulled $41 out of it. I definitely could have gotten a lot more on that, but I just had some nervousness with it, you know. I'm gonna switch over to the 4K or the 50K. I said 4 because I was thinking 4 contracts. I may look for an entry off of 82. We're up here at 83 now. We never got that cyan switch. 9 is still below 12. I actually think I'm going to hold back a little bit on taking another trade in the eval because we didn't get that cyan switch. So I actually might potentially cut this trade, the one that we're in on the paper side. Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, we're out of it. Lost like $1,000 on that one. Frankly, you know, I think I was taking this a little preemptively, and that's okay. We're up in the evaluation. I'm kind of glad I took my profit off because I don't think it would have gone up to 83 and a quarter. I think it went up to 83. I think it actually went exactly to 83 and a quarter, which was our sell spot. So maybe we could have brought it down to like 82.75 and gotten filled, but you know, a little bit of an ABCD pattern with this particular one when I look at it. But if I pull it out this way, I can see also a head and shoulders. So I see both here. I'm hoping more for an ABCD, but it's okay if we end up pulling back towards the view app. That's fine too. We can just start shorting. This is more in short form right now, but definitely not at 6 ticks. Probably going to go for like, I think I'm going to go for 3. 3 kind of seems right to me right now. Join the bid off 79. Got a little hole to work out of. Not a big deal though. We've worked our way out of way worse than this before. So there's 150 back. We're just gonna wait, like on the eval side, we're gonna wait for the 9 to get above the 12. If this happens, then we'll likely see that ABCD pattern and jump off that. What's up, Tiny? Thank you for the new subs as well. I love and appreciate you guys. So happy that you're here. I think I waited too long to drink my tea. I made it a while ago. Dude, no. Okay, we're still getting continued pullback here. Let's see if we find support along this line. Right where that bounce right there, which is off of 78. We'll see if it works out with this one or not. Depending on where this candle closes. If it closes below, like obviously you see it's wicked below the resistance or the support line that I drew, but you know, we'll see what's up. It's 7:45. I'm gonna take a look at this on the longer term chart and just see what we got going on. This looks more like a head and shoulders when I look at the longer term chart. The 9's also below the 12, so this is looking bad for longer term. I could see a move potentially down to the 200 moving average, which is right there at 74. I'm gonna take a short here off of 76 and a quarter, and I'm looking to move down to 74, 75 or so. All right, there's 3 ticks back, and there's 74, 75. This is exactly the move I was expecting. There it is. Pulling back to the all the way to the VWAP now. VWAP is at 74, and that's right where we're hovering. We could potentially fall down more because if you look at the moving averages, the 9 is below the 12. We're moving into a potential crossover of the 26 SMA above the 12. And then also the TTM is switching red. So it definitely looked more like a head and shoulders pattern. And I think definitely that we're moving into a potentially longer term downtrend. This is the 5-minute chart here. We might bounce along this 200, or sorry, this 50 moving average on the 5-minute chart. Boom, boom, boom. Big sell-off right there. So we are in a head and shoulders pattern. Finding support off the 200 simple. Kind of buyers filling back up. Yeah. And a green for your efforts today. That's awesome. On TradeAway's demo, I am so happy taking their demo. By the way, guys, you guys can check out TradeAway for free. They have if you go to tradeaway.com, you can, let me see if I can grab you the link just to make sure there's no like, you don't end up at like tradeaways.com or something like that and end up like on some scam site. I don't want you to end up with that. So this is TradeAway's website. You guys can check these guys out. It's free. And you can download their software, which is the futures trading software that I use in order to earn funding here at Elite Trader Funding. It's this software here, and you can set up a paper account with them that gives you a 50K paper account, so that you can learn the software before you actually get involved in a funding program. Yeah, I actually, Tiny, I love that you mentioned this about not feeling too good or feeling too bad, just like disappointment. Because this is kind of a lot of what stoicism actually is more or less not feeling overly happy, like, or overly sad. And you might think that feeling overly happy is a great thing, but also like when you have really high highs, there's a high potentiality that you're gonna have really low lows. And if you happen to be somebody who watches like short form content like TikTok or YouTube shorts or whatever, that stuff is very much leading a lot of people towards having bipolarity issues. And I say that because we're not sort of meant as humans to have these like intense emotions in very short amount of times. You might like scroll up and see like this really cute, really amazing, like ridiculously cute puppy, and he's doing all these cute things, and then the next video you switch to like is like death, destruction, and mayhem. And like so you go from like feeling all warm and melty to being like, whoa, oh my gosh, it's gotta be like, it's just, this is horrible, you know. And then like the next thing you go to is like something that's like get your adrenaline pumping, and it's like all of this stuff is happening in like 30 to 40 seconds, and so your emotions are on this intense roller coaster. And the more and more people are doing those things, and the less aware that they happen to be, the more you're going to end up with people with like things like ADHD or bipolarity or any of that type of stuff. Being self-aware, as Tiny has just demonstrated in her comment here, being self-aware of your emotions and of your ego and of your confidence and of all these different things, all of that puts us in a state to where we become more grounded. Our chakras become more aligned, and we understand ourselves more, as well as become better and more expert in what it is that we're doing. And not just what we're doing, but also just it, it's just more balanced. So yeah, stoicism for me is keeping my stuff to myself. That does matter. No matter how I feel, that does actually matter because the more you keep it to yourself, the more you handle it internally, which improves your self awareness and increases your strength of being able to manage your emotions. Um, it's not about like never letting it out per se, but it is about being able to process it internally and process it in a way to where you know yourself you're fully handling that emotion on a very large scale, which means that you might have a storm beneath the surface but you're calm on the surface, and that gives you the ability to handle situations with high pressure. um Peeps don't always want to hear it either way. Yeah, he described my video watching lol. Yeah, it's the truth. It is the truth. I've seen it personally with myself. I actually did it as a test. I don't normally engage on social media. I've really struggled my entire life to get into social media. I did use it for business for a lot of years, but to actually be into it, to like enjoy it like that, it was something I did as a necessity for business because the audience is there. You've got to go where the people are. You can't expect to make sales or build a business or an audience in a place where nobody is. You just can't. Um, we're still kind of breaking down here on the chart. Probably gonna wait for red to yellow. So you just can't expect that. And so um I would use social media as a means to an end, so to speak, but I never really loved it. I think the most fun I ever had on social media was MySpace, and even that was a little forced. Um, and I I was never like that into Facebook. Although I did love what it did for my business, I just was never into Facebook. Instagram was like it was like pulling teeth in order to get me to watch it because frankly, like when I would use Instagram, I honestly just felt like I was flipping through a magazine. I was like, I don't want to feel like I'm in a doctor's office all day long. And that's what Instagram felt like. Instagram felt like I was in a doctor's office, which is probably not something I've heard people say, but I spent a lot of my life in doctor's offices flipping through stale and boring magazines to pass time. And that's what Instagram felt like. Still waters run deep. I don't know. I read your comment here, Tiny, and I was like, yeah, still waters run deep. Do my best to keep my feelings in this frequency. Do my best to keep this feelings in the frequency. Yeah, I don't know. I heard it in like Tupac's voice. I don't know why. So we get a little bit of a hole to dig ourselves out of. We dug out about 300 bucks. I think we'll dig out the rest soon. Get back on some trading. Obviously, the chart's falling down. We had that head and shoulders pattern. I took a long off of it, hoping it was an ABCD, but it wasn't. It was a head and shoulders. We're moving at 7.5 to 8.5 to 9.2. So we still got a lot of downward momentum here. I might take a short off this. And we're just looking for 3 ticks to the downside. There we go. We got that. Now down 600 on the day. We're coming back pretty quick. Seems pretty easy. Still waters run deep. Work to keep my vibe and my frequency. Yeah, no, it's I think it's a good line. I can dig it. Still waters run deep. Work to keep my vibe and my frequency. I don't know. I think it's better with I do my best to keep, because you've got keep rhyming with deep, rhyming with free. Like you got keep, deep, and frequency. All of those three can rhyme together. So I do think I think it's better with keep instead of do my best. Uh, so like I think the way that you worded it honestly is better. 8.5 to 9.5 to 9.7 to 9.7. Got a flattening here out on the TTM. I'm gonna take a long here off that flat. Even though we're pulling back a little bit, I'm seeing that this is going from 9.7 to 9.8. It was better a second ago when it was at 9.7. I got my vitamins here I'm taking. All right, down 450 on the day. I'm coming back though. No big deal. We do have a little bit of a red to yellow. And so I'm going to drop this to 4 ticks and watch out for a little resistance there, potentially off that 9. May look for an entry here at, let's see, 9.7 to 9.2 to 8.4. Yeah, I'm going to join the bid right here. Didn't enter me. I tried to get in at 68 and a quarter and get out at 69 and a quarter. Didn't work. This will be the third green candle in a row, so I'm going to be a little hesitant to take another trade off it because then we get a dip right here. And plus, we're running up against the 200 resistance. So I actually wanted to take a move up to that 200 resistance, but I just didn't get filled. I needed to move faster on this candle and take a little bit more of a chance of what it felt like to me. 9.2 to 8.2. That's moving pretty decent. I'm going to take the chance on the paper side. 69.5 is our entry. We're going to get out at 70 and a quarter. I'm taking the chance on the paper side. I think it's a little risky. I don't think it's like the best trade ever. 9.2 to 8.4 to 7.7. A little bit of a pullback. This is actually why I didn't take it on the eval side, just because we had 3 candles, 3 greens in a row. A lot of times you get 3 green followed by a red. It's like a really common one. You can even see here it was 3 reds followed by, that's just 4. But yeah, three green followed by a red is really common. So there's 7 seconds left on this candle. Getting pullback now on this. Movement looking like not 8.2 to 8, or sorry, 9.2 to 8.4 to 7.7 to 7.1. So we do have stacking on the CTM. Hammer candle, a little Mario candle right there. Watch out for this 200 resistance. That's the only reason I'm not taking this in my evaluation, is because of that 200 resistance. If that wasn't there, like we were below it, I probably would take this for a move up to the next resistance zone. But since we're riding along it, I'm a little sketchy. We're also running up against 4070 as well as its own resistance zone. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, but I do think we have room up to like 73. I might actually put this into a little bit of a swing up here to like 71.50 in between the where we're at in the VWAP. 7.7 to 7.1 to 6.4. So 0.7 move. Yeah. So this one was 0.7 or 0.6, and then this one was 0.8, 0.7. Look, I'm measuring the difference between each TTM candle. That helps us understand what the momentum's like. You can see we've hit this 4 times at this exact spot right here. So we've got to break over 70. If we don't break over 70, this trade will have to be cut. And that is very clearly our resistance point. You can see these 4 wicks right here that tap 70. Break over 70 is what we need to see. And there's a new candle. 7.1 to 6.1 to 5.0. It's looking a lot stronger now. Join the bid at 69.50 on the eval side. Look for a breakout to 70, 70.50. It's a little bit of a risky trade here, especially with four resistance wicks up there. I certainly should have taken a better entry, like a lower entry. I may have to cut this and take a $300 loss. Nope. I gotta cut it. That's too bad.
Order filled.
That was a fat loss of $667 on the eval side. I was really like anticipating that breakout based off that TCM. But we got a heavy resistance right here. Like a lot of sell-off that happened right there at that zone. Frankly, I look back at it and I regret taking the trade, not just because of the loss, but because of just measuring against that all these wicks. I should have waited for the full breakout. I should have waited for the 9 really to be getting above that 12 EMA. And so really I look at it and I'm like, okay, how can I mitigate my risk? I think I'm being a little overly aggressive today. So I need to take some breaths. I'm a little eager, I can tell, because there's a lot of like waiting around today. And when there's a lot of waiting around, I've become impatient. And impatience cost me. I mean, it's literally just costing me an entire day's worth of trading. Because now, that was $670 almost on the eval side. And that's typically, I'm only pulling in about 500 to 700 or 500 to 600 or so on the eval side, because I don't push nearly as hard as I do in the paper. 5.4 to 4.5 to 3.8. How is this still stacking and not breaking out? I gotta measure this on the 3. This is bothering me. 11.4 to 12.5 to 13.3. Still trending downward slightly. We actually found support off the 200 simple on the 3-minute chart. I think we need a red to yellow on the 3-minute chart so that we can get another move up. But I do think that this is going to move up. All right, switching back over here. Gonna zoom back in. Okay, we're right there at that 70 zone. We're on that 200 resistance. Look at this freaking resistance, man. We've been going here since 7:58. Here we are. We're 8 minutes later. Still didn't get this breakout yet. All right, join there at 70.75.
Order filled.
Looking for a move up to 71.75.
Order filled.
All right, so we made like 200 back. We're still down 485. Heavy loss on that first trade. I will work on making it back today, and I think I will work my butt off to make it. ES is up 0.15%. We have a hammer candle coming in here. This may look pretty good for a bounce right here. We're at 4.5 to 3.5 to 2 point something. I'm gonna put this actually at 8 ticks, and then I'm gonna join the bid. Entered at 70.75. Looking for a move up to 72.75. Jumping over to the evaluation side of things, and we'll put this at 5 ticks. 20 seconds. I want to be out at 73, I think. Try to join the bid here at 71.5. See if we get the entry. Enter to 71.5.
Order filled.
I'm looking for a move up to 73. We may get a little pullback here. Where is my trailing? My trailing is down at 13.55, so I got to keep an eye on that. 9's above 12. I'm looking for a move up to view out. This is the cyan switch right here. Currently down 300 in this trade. I believe in the trade, but it's a little sketchy of zone. Oh man. We're moving past our risk at the moment. New candle. It's a really big sell-off. No, I gotta cut this damn thing.
Order filled.
Bro, that is that lost me pretty much like the vast majority of all the work that I did this entire week. So trailing now is at 500. I'm gonna ease off the gas. Because that's a really heavy loss, especially on a cyan switch. Like, dude, where'd all these sell orders come in, man? That breakout failed. Cutting this. I'm gonna trade only paper for a little bit. I'm gonna stay out of the evaluation for a little bit. I'm gonna wait for this trend reversal to fully play out. That's all good. I will work my way out of it. I realize that I'm being overly aggressive today, so. Definitely a lot like overly impatient on the day. It's like, I don't know, it gets hard, man, when you're like staring at this thing for what feels like forever and nothing's happening. You're just like, wow. And that's kind of just like where we're at right now. This is like it's one of those days where there's volume, but there's like very little price movement, or there is price movement, but you know, it's like follow the wave patterns. I need to like figure out what my trade strategy is on the day, and exactly how we're going to approach it. My energy is off today, I can tell. And I probably know the reason why it was off. I mean, like, honestly, you know, my son woke up late for school. He had to leave in like 10 minutes from the time he woke up. And that just like, that kind of throws stuff off when it's like that. The CTM is still cyan, but it's like it's barely moving at all. I'm gonna wait for this 9 to get above the 12 before I take any trades. If it doesn't, then, you know, I mean, I guess I could take shorts, but We only have 500 left on our trailing drawdown, so we've got to like stack it up with scalps. On the eval side, I'm going to just switch this over to 3 ticks. We're not taking a trade right now, but it's funny. Like, so where do we end up cutting that? We cut it at the bottom of this, and then I didn't think it would fall down any more than it is, but it's like it's just enough to hit my damn risk level, and it's just like, come on. And I think that's probably intentional. 0.7 to 0.9 to 1.4. You know, I mean, they could probably determine where people's risk levels are just out of psychology after all this time. We're very close to a cyan switch, or I mean, not a cyan switch. A 1226 crossover. 9's still below the 12. Whenever this does rip, I feel like it's gonna or whenever this does switch, I feel like it's gonna rip heavily up. 9's still below the 12, even though we got the crossover of the 1226. Like I said, I'm not gonna take the move until the 9 gets above the 12. .9 to 1.4 to 1.5 on TTM. Not really much in the way of momentum stacking. That's why I'm waiting for that exponential moving average of the 9 to get above that 12, because that is typically one of my biggest confirmations of upward trend. Is when that 9 gets above 12. If it doesn't, then a lot of the times you'll see like what you're seeing right now, where there is a 1226 crossover, there is cyan on the TTM, but there's no momentum. Not yet anyway. That 200 moving average is working its way upward. What a boring day. Obviously a costly day, but a very boring day. I guess I needed to be here at the open to trade. I hate trading the open on futures though, man. I hate that. It's like, it's so volatile that it honestly it's seemingly untradeable to me. Because I don't have the capability of like losing $9,000 in a single candle and then like having that rip back up and then make $15,000 in a single candle. I just don't have that kind of drawdown available to me. And even if I did, I wouldn't want to take that kind of risk. But it's just, like I'll see it just like whip around like $15 in either direction when I see the candles moving in the morning. All the moving averages are just not lined up yet. Volume looking like 1,500 to 3,000 traded per minute. It's not like great volume. It's not bad, but it's not great. This 200 moving average is becoming a super pain. I mean, look how hard this is trying just to get above this. I'm literally watching for this yellow line to cross above a cyan line. It's closer. So we have a lot of ground to cover, like a lot of ground to make up today, and we've got to do it smart so that we don't fail our evaluation. I gave up like all my work for this week, which is very frustrating, especially because we had like a $500 day and a $700 day, and it was like very frustrating. Okay, coming up and hitting that VWAP. This is the trade that I intended to take in the eval back here where it failed that breakout. Okay, pulling back some off of VWAP. TTM going from 1.0 to 1.5 to 2.0 now. Now the 9 is above the 12. Now we can take a long. Now we can be interested in going long again. I'm gonna take an entry here off of. It didn't fill me. It just ran right through me. Oh, now it fills me. Okay, a little late. Okay, so we're waiting for a move up to 75 on the eval side. Going to be looking for just we're going to scalp our way back. 17 seconds left in this candle. I may look for an entry at like 72.50. Nope, gonna cut that. Fair amount of sellers coming in. The 9 is now above the 12. We do have a little bit of upward momentum now happening. Join the bid off 74. Look for a move up to 75.
Order filled.
I have to work my way back slowly.
Order filled.
Now down 1371 on the day. Trailing is at 628. So I've got to get my trailing back up to 2000. That's basically the goal. That's essentially what I'm working on now, is to get my trailing back up to 2K. So I have to take trades that I really 100% know and understand. Now 9 is getting above 35. It's looking better. 2.1 to 2.8 to 3.2. You see some of the momentum is dying off a little bit, because we're going from now 2.8 to 3.2. It's only a move of 0.4. It's just not enough movement to really put me in the right direction yet. If we look at some of what the movement was like earlier, we went from like 3.5 to 3.3 to 3.3 to 3.4 to 3.8, 0.9. Okay, so I guess it matches our movement from earlier. Our movement from earlier was also like on lower momentum moves, but still able to move up high. What is this listed at here? At 78. Gonna try to take an entry off of 75, see if it pulls back that far. Doesn't look like it's going to. Might go for 75.5. Entered at 75.5, but I'm gonna drop this down to 77.75. CCM now looking like 2.2 to 3.2 to 3.7 to 4.3. So moving at about 0.6 the upside. But focus on being patient, going slow. A lot of ground to make up. Here's our little breakout here. gonna take this profit off. It's 200 back. Now down 350 in the paper side. You can tell that I'm like calming myself as my as my voice, my cadence has changed. As I lost heavily on my 50K evaluation. Getting some leveling off on the TTM. So we may see a situation where we start to pull back some, maybe to the 9 EMA, possibly on the next candle. I'm going to switch this over from 12 ticks. I'm going to switch it to like 3 again, and we'll go back to scalping. It was like a scalp kind of day. Not really great momentum, but enough to take, some longer moves. This was a really nice candle. This one ran from 68 up to 73, so $5. $4.4 to 4.9 to 5.2. We did come up and hit 77 and a half. I just went short off of 77 and a quarter. I'm looking for a very small move to the downside. This is a really small move. Didn't happen. Starting to move back up. So for a second there, we're up very briefly. I was looking for this to drop down to 77. Alright, there it goes. Now down 300 on the day. See some sellers stepping in. 4.9 to 5.2 to 5.4. We may see a pullback to 75. I think a pullback to 75 is reasonable. Short off 77. I keep getting like a 2-tick drop and then like support and pop. And it's very annoying. Okay, made 100 back on that one. More sellers stepping in. 5.2 to 5.4 to 5.8 now. I honestly want to see this pull back. Like to 75. And then bounce off the 9 EMA. There we go. So a lot of people took that bounce off of 75. A lot of people probably had their entry right there. Took long off 75 and a half. Looking for a move up to 76 and a quarter, which is just midway through this candle. It looks like I need to be on 2 ticks of scalp today, not 3. Which is annoying. I hate when it's that low. I guess there we go. But it's like I keep going and hitting like 2 ticks and in whatever direction I'm trading, and then it'll like stop right above and then switch. And it's been very, very frustrating. 5.4 to 5.6 to now 6.1. So we're getting an increase in momentum. We do have availability really all the way up to these highs. This is kind of its own little zone right here. So I'm gonna just mark this out. By the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, I haven't even mentioned it today, but please make sure you like and subscribe. Ring our bell for notifications so that you guys can know when we go live. We do go live every day at around 7:30. I'm getting a pop up here. Entered off 78. Look for a move up. Entered long off 78. You may see a pullback here, actually. I see more sellers than I do buyers. Getting a lot of just like stalls, like it's like this is just hanging right here. This has more downward than up. Gonna cut that back down to being below 300, like negative 300. But I'm gonna short here. There we go. Okay, switching over to the evaluation side of things, and we got this blue candle here, 6.4 to 5.9. That's a reasonable amount of momentum to the downside. We did pull back to the 12 wick. Now we're bouncing off the 9. 6.4 to 6.2, 6.3. Bouncing back up. We've got 15 seconds left in this candle. Flag on the play. Worked our way back. Made back around $1,000 on the paper side. We have a long way to go on the evaluation, and I really need to get my momentum down with trading on the sim side first. 6.2 to 6.1, or yeah. Okay, switching back over to Cyan. Enter long off 78. Again, looking for this move to break up to 78.75, and again rejecting it. You can see we have kind of a triple top here. It's a little bit not the same, but it's close. I need to remember to take my foot off the gas on Fridays, because Fridays are typically the days where I lose a lot. Or I don't want to say that. It's the days where I tend to lose more than I win on Fridays. At least in futures. Stocks was opposite. Like stocks, I would win most Fridays, so that's why my mindset is kind of weird about it. Because like on most Fridays on stocks, I would be pretty aggressive because it was really common that I would find like a really big runner on Friday, and so that was really common. But the ES doesn't act that way, at least not for me, as much. The ES is up 0.05% today so far. Big down wick. Peak of the candle there was 79.25. Pulling back to the 9 EMA. We're getting some cooling continuing on this TCM. 6.3 to 5.9 to 5.6 to the new candle at 5.3. Moving downward on the momentum scale at about a factor of 0.3 per candle. It's difficult when the momentum is so small like this. So it can be kind of difficult to evaluate the moves. That's why I really need to be focused on scalping alone today and not taking momentum trades at all. So guys, if y'all are chilling, y'all are hanging out, make sure you like and subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Also, guys, if you like to earn funding in the futures market and really get access to $300,000, check out Elite Trader Funding. These guys are awesome. You can earn funding as low as 10K, but you can also earn funding as high as $300,000. So you literally could trade with the equity of an entire house if you were to get approved for that. In order to get approved, basically you select any one of these evaluations, whether it's on the one step or the fast tracks or the end of the day drawdown, more of the traditional style, or the static drawdown. But you select any one of these plans and then work through their evaluation, following their rules. And you just click the see more details link in order to figure out the rules, and just follow them and make your profit target, which is listed all right here at each one. And once you do, they'll reach out to you, and you'll get access to a funded account where you can actually trade and build up an account balance and withdraw that money out directly to your bank account. So currently I'm working on the 50K evaluation, which has a $2,000 trailing max drawdown. That's why we're working on building that drawdown back up today. This also allows me 8 contracts in mini and 80 micros, the profit target of 3,000. The other one I'm working on is the static eval, which is a $2,000 profit target and a $625 flat drawdown. Not a trailing, just a flat. So make sure you click the see more details link so that you understand. But there is a link in the description and a promo code called JSBEST, that's JSBEST, that you guys can use to lock in a lifetime discount. So make sure you check that out, guys, so that you can earn funding in the futures market yourself. Let's go ahead and check in and see how this breakout is coming. We finally did break above 78 as it sat there forever, just kind of rolling around on 78. And we're finally up at 83 here. Let's take a look at this on the 3-minute chart. 3-minute side, where you're getting a cyan switch. Really miffed about this candle drawdown there, that false break, because it did cost us a lot in our evaluation. 0.26 to 3.0. Obviously, it's not it that caused it. We're the one that caused it. We made the choice to be in the trade. All that stuff. I take full responsibility for my actions in every capacity. But it's just, it's just frustrating. This 5-minute ended on doji here at 77, and we're getting this rip up now to 84. We did eventually get green on the day in the paper account after being down like 1,100 or so. So we worked our way back there. Kind of hitting a top here on 84, 85 zone. Gonna take a small short and see if we can just get like 2 to 3 ticks down. Maybe even go 1 tick down. $40.85, getting some rejection off of $40.85. 6.4 to 6.6, down to 6.4 again. I guess I should have held that short. Take a little bit more off of it. Nine EMA is down at 80, and we're kind of pulling back a lot off this candle. This candle was a big drop, the $3 drop. Look how many contracts all of a sudden just got traded. 8,000. You see, like when we're having these candles, we're trading like 1,500 and like 1,700, 2,000 and whatnot, and then we get these crazy candles with these like massive amount of volume. Like that's how you know there's a lot of accumulation happening throughout the day. I'm gonna just blow my nose for a second. I'm a little stuffed up. All right, we're back. We're gonna bounce off that 9 EMA. As I mentioned, that we may pull back to the 9. 9 is down there at 81. We don't know. Going back to 82.25. I'm trying to take a move off 82.5 for a move up to 83.25. Didn't get the fill. Like I said, I'm just focused on scalping today. Even though there is some momentum taking place, I've been struggling to trade it. So 5.9 to 5.8 to 5.5 on the TTM. We don't know. In short off 83.25. Look for a move down to 82.50. Very tight movement today. Having to take like the smallest scalps. Just because like the movement is just like not. I don't know, the movement feels off today. Not saying anything funny is happening or anything like that. I'm just saying the movement's off for me. So this is normally the amount of trades that we take in a day. 68 contracts, 17 trades. That's very common for us as the normal amount of trades that we take on a very consistent basis. I see our Discord community is having lots of convo. Uh-oh. Your laptop went dark. That's no good. All right. Got a little bit of a flag here again, forming. Pretty challenging trade day. I'm very miffed about that. Whoa, what did I just do? I just stretched this out to oblivion. Very miffed about about my trading in the eval side, because honestly, like I know I could have done better if I had a little bit more patience, and I didn't, and that patience costed me a lot, and so I need to work back on that. 5.4 to 5.1 to 4.5 on the TTM. I've been taking a lot more shorts this week. You can see this flag pattern here, this wedge. There's a little pop off the 9 EMA there. They try to enter off of like 82.75, maybe 82.50. All right, so we pulled through 150 out of that on the paper side, popping back up towards 84. I can see a test up here. What is this at 85.50? Running the bid. Entered to 83.75. We're looking for a move up towards 85. There's that. Now we're at 500 on the day in the paper account. Working our way back, so we were down 1,100 or so. We're still pulling in some blue candles on the TTM. 4.4 to 4.3 to 4.2. Not much in the way of the blue. The way of the blue. Coming up to 85 now. That was a nice pop. Honestly, I frankly should have taken it. My intuition said to buy it, and I didn't. We have about $1,500 to make back on the eval side, so we've got to take our time on that. I'm gonna watch out for a big sell-off, just like that one. 4.3, 4.3, 4.2. Now back to 4.3. Try to enter off at 84.75 for a bounce. Looks like it's honestly just gonna break through this. Either my timing's off or the timing is weird today. Like, it's like I keep seeing it like stall out and like I don't see anything happening for a while, and then it'll just like do a big move, and then like, and so it's just like I'm off in some way today, and it's really kind of annoying me. It's kind of frustrating. You see right there, 87.25. We got a little double top. We entered 87 long on the paper side. And then we got that trade. Now we're up 650 on the paper side. Pulling back now. We are working on testing these highs. The upper band of the view app here is at about 91. And the TTM on the 5 is really stacking quite nicely towards the upside pretty heavily. So it may go for like 12 ticks here off of 86.25. And I'm looking for a move up to 90 really. I'm gonna just try to join the bid. I missed the entry there. I'm looking for a move up towards 90. This will probably be a longer term trade. Like that right there, like you just see it just like hangs right there for like 3 seconds before it moves again. Very, very frustrating like that. We have a doji at the top, and so I'm probably going to cut this trade. Yeah, I'm going to cut that. Might still pop up, but, and I do think that we're going to pop up through 90, but I don't really want to hold through pullback, especially how bad these pullbacks can get. I may try to enter off of 85. Enter long off 85, and I'm going to put 86.50 as my exit. We have more momentum showing up on the downward side. Dropping my sell order to 85.50. Took that trade up 550 on the day in the paper side. I guess I should have taken it. There's 86.50. Wow, man. I am very off today. Okay. Good job. Your laptop just shut down for no reasons. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's been a pretty challenging trade day for me. I think the when the movement is like so like just stalls out for like 5 seconds at a time, like what it's doing exactly right there, or just sitting at that price, like that's typically where I find it really challenging because it'll like stall and then I'm like, which direction is it going? I'm seeing the volume increasing, but I'm not seeing the price changing, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like it almost feels like lag, but it can get pretty frustrating. I wonder if like having something like a 10-second chart would be useful. I know I can't make that in TOS. I don't even think I can make it in Trade-Evade. I think there's very few chart software that allows you to. Well, this one does have seconds. So this is a 10-second chart? Fascinating. I'm not gonna take any trades on this. I didn't even know I could have a 10-second chart. I'm just gonna watch this for a second. Even on a 10-second chart, like that's interesting. Wow, I've never seen this before on a like with the TTM or anything like that. Never seen a 10-second chart. The movement's weird. Switching back to the 1-minute chart. The movement's kind of weird on it. I didn't know that I could do that. And that's kind of cool. I'm willing to bet that there's a way to trade that. That might actually be even more accurate, especially for scalping. But I'm not. I would want to try that. I'd want to try that in a paper account before I ever did it anywhere else. By the way, thank you for all the new subscribers. We've grown quite a bit. This whole community has this week. If you guys are not in our Discord community, you may want to check that out. It's a pretty awesome community of just people, like-minded individuals that just collaborate with their ideas and whatnot. A lot of experienced traders there too. Traders, entrepreneurs, the whole nine. We're in off of 87. I'm looking for a move to 88. We got that. We're up 750 on the day now. In the paper side. I like I said, I have a lot of work to rebuild my my 50K account that I kind of blew today, which is pretty frustrating. Especially because I spent like before here, we could actually take a look at this on the thing today. Let's take a look. Yeah, so the P&L is 1,300 plus the fees. we only took 2 trades. Oh, these are profitable trades. Remember, it says 5 trades, but it's actually less than that. It's just one of them. One of them was like it didn't fill everything all at once. That was this one here. It counted it as 2 trades. I honestly should have held through the pullback too, but it just was it was too far for me. But we took 2 fat trades. We basically took like this loss right here was 1,000. That one really hurt the most. So this one was 750 or 650. Then this one was 1,000, and we made back 350 so far. So we have a lot of ground to cover. Yesterday we did really well. We didn't have any losing trades. Yesterday we made P&L was 500. This week we're actually down $100 on the week now. Our total profit is $2,050. We only lost 4 times this whole week, but it was that one fat trade that screwed us over today. And so we do just got work. That's all. Take our time. But yeah, guys, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. We are doing this every day, Monday through Friday at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time. And we start this stream about an hour after the market opens. And we typically have pretty good days. Today we're just so. We're bad on the eval side, but we're good on paper, and we're good on our 100K eval too. So really it's just our 50K. A lot of chop through this area here. Tiny, I think you're right that if we don't break through this area and reach up towards the upper band, that we'll get a fall down. Right now it's just sideways, and it's difficult to trade when it's sideways like this because there's just not a lot of opportunity. And a lot of the opportunities today have been like this, where we'll get like a triple top, we'll pull back down, and then like a little rip up, and then just followed by another pull down. And so it's very I would call this choppy, honestly, like where the momentum is like kind of minimal and difficult to measure. 3.3, 3.2, 3.0, 2.8, 2.8 to 2.3 on the TTM. All right, we got 3 red candles in a row, followed by a doji, currently green, but back and forth between green and doge. And now popping up off of it. I'm really looking for these like momentum type moves. Honestly, momentum is just easier to trade, frankly. Chop and sideways stuff is probably, in my opinion, the most challenging to trade, and this is super choppy. I've certainly seen choppier waters though. Popping up to 87. Another opportunity to break out. Looks like it actually wants to this time. Did break that that wick right here, and then continues to sell off again. 2.8 to 2.3. Sorry, 2.8 to 2.5. to 2.4. So broke above that wick, broke above these other like wicks that have been acting as resistance, and then selling off yet again. So I might wait for a red candle in the TTM, or potentially a downward cross. I typically prefer to go long over short, but at the same time, like, I just need to play whatever the momentum is. I'm back up to 88. 2.5, 2.2 to 2.2. Got some flattening on the TTM there. I'm gonna drop this off of 12 and put it at 6 on the ticks. 6. New candle now. Going long here. In long off 88.50. I'm looking for a move up to 90. Upper band of the view apps at 92. Pulling back 3 ticks so far. I did just glance a red dot there on the TTM. Was there for a brief moment. I'm gonna drop this down to a single tick, just because we're getting that red dot move potential. 2.2 to 2.19. So 1.9. And we're moving downward on the momentum now. Another double top. Pulled back to the 9. Very slow Friday. Coming up on 9 o'clock, nearing the top of the hour, and beginning to fall down some. I'm gonna cut that trade. Lost a 300 on that one. Still up 450 on the paper side, but with fees, it's probably less. Or right around break even. Technically in profit, slightly. I think very slightly. Very small profit on the day. Getting some fall down now. I'm gonna look for a move down to 84. Going short here. Switching to the eval side. Ah, damn! Move without me. I was looking for a move down to the EMA 35. Which it literally just did. Now it's falling down slightly below that, but I'm not going to take a trade here yet because EMA 35 is a heavy bounce zone. I wanted to take that. We lost that 300, made that 300, but right back. So back up 750 on the day off of shorting. I've had more luck with shorting today than I have with long. Okay, 9 is dipping. See, this is exactly why I didn't want to take that short. Because 35 is a heavy bounce zone. The 35 is this EMA 35 right here on my 1 minute chart. It's a really often like heavy bounce zone. You can see it pulls back, breaks on through it, but it typically finds support there and bounces off of it. So we've got the 9 dipping below the 12. We're also very close to a red candle on the TTM. We could just bounce here and then continue to run, as can happen a lot of the time with the EMA 35 bounce. But I'm going to wait for that move to confirm. This one's opening higher. 9's back above the 12. Briefly. We still could bounce here. There's still potential for this to continue to run upward without this trend reversal taking place. This could be a false reversal, if you will. You can see that the TTM is flashing back and forth between blue and red. So we don't really know our direction yet. It does look like there's more move to the downside, but we don't know for sure yet. 9 is dipping below the 12 on this current candle, but we're going to need to see another candle in order to really know. 903 is what we're looking for. So that's in 5 seconds. So we'll see what happens in a couple seconds here. Okay, so this TCM closed very, very slightly red. Like practically flat. I wouldn't even call it red, even though it's the color red. I'll pull back on the chart a little bit and take a look. I also think I need to take a look at the longer time frames. So I can see the 3 minutes been cooling for a while. As far as the 3 minute goes, our cooling momentum looking like 12.9 down to 12.7 to 12.1 to our current one, which is at 11.7. So moving at about 0.4 points. Checking in on the 5, which is still listing us as momentumous to the long side. 2.2 to 4.5 to 6.1. We won't have a new candle here till for another minute. I'll take a little bit longer look at the 3 minute chart. As we pull back toward about 85. On the 3 minute chart, we'd be looking for a pullback to 80, maybe 79.50, but probably 80. So we may pull back and consolidate. The 50 EMA is down here at 83. We may get some bounces off of that. Okay, so this bearish move did work. Kind of wish I got short off that on the eval side, but so we bounce off of this 35 here. We're kind of bouncing off of the 50 right now. Momentum looking like 0.4 to 1.0 to 1.6. I was going to try to go short off 85, but now I don't want to. There's 85. We'll see if I was right. I was going to say short off 85 down to like 80, 84. There it is. So I would have been right. It would have worked. New candle now. This candle opening a little higher. 1.0 to 1.6 on the red side to 1.8 on the red. Finding some support there at the EMA 35 that you can see. Where are we at? 84. Trying to take an entry long off of 84. Could be the wrong direction. And I'll look to get at 84.75. I definitely have more info on for the short side. I was going long for a bounce off the EMA 35. but I don't really know that it's the right move. Our entry is at 84, so we have a pretty good entry either way. Just gonna check in with y'all. It's been a minute since I looked back at y'all. Yeah, don't question it too much. That got me into so much trouble. Yeah. But yeah, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for noties. We are up slightly in this trade, getting a little bit of a red to yellow. Here we go, up 900 on the day in the paper side. This may turn into an ABCD pattern up here. I gotta see what the volume is looking like, or the momentum. 1.8 to 1.6. That's a pretty heavy move up. Four seconds left in this candle. 1.6. Possible crossover. I'm gonna pull this chart back a little bit, and I want to take a look at the 5-minute chart. Five minutes still stacking very nicely from 5.8 to 7.9. That's a lot of movement. 3-minute chart. $11.5 to 10.6 on the current. We'll have a new 3-minute candle in about 5 seconds or so. Popping up some. Here's that new 3-minute candle. So it went from 11.53 to 10.73 to 9.6 toward the working towards the downside. So movement about 1.2 towards downward momentum. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Ring the bell for the notifications. Do you like my soft voice? Happy like buttons. 1.6 to 1. I'm gonna call it 1.4 to 1.3 to 1.2. We're moving at a very, very, very small upward trajectory on the TTM 1-minute chart. 3 minutes declining, and 5-minute is still on the upside. Although we do have a new 5-minute candle. This is 9:10, so I want to take a look at that. This is like stealth, like sniper type moves today. 5.8 to 7.7 to 9.0. I think we had a little bit spoiled this week just because we kept having such obvious momentum. So today is a little bit more of a challenging day for me. 7.7 to 9.0, moving to 1.3, but our previous candle was 5.8 to 7.7, so movement of 1.9. So a little bit of a decline in the upward momentum, but not much. Still on the 5 minutes showing us a longer term time frame. We have a possible crossover on the 1-minute chart. That crossover is of the 12 and 26. In order for that to play out, just like earlier, we need to see the 9 EMA get above the 12 EMA to really confirm the move. Without that, we wouldn't get involved in that trade. And the TTM's moving at too slow of a momentum pace to have it be super useful, at least on the 1-minute time frame at this particular point in time. pulling back to the EMA 35 here, which is right off 84.50. I'm gonna take a long off 84. And I'm looking for a move up to 85.50. It might be a little overly aggressive. Yeah, I'm gonna move to 84.50. I'm also gonna switch this up to 3 ticks. Get back on the scalp train. So now we're up 1,000 on the day. We made $100 on that one. That went yellow 1.1 to red 1.2 to yellow 1.0. Finding support off of the 50 and the 35. 9 is still below 12. Potential crossover inbound. I know I move my charts kind of like endlessly. Just consider it a fun ride. Okay, there's that possible crossover. 9 is approaching a move above 12. I'm gonna try and enter at 85.50. It might just move right past me, which it is. Join the bid up here, way higher than I wanted to, but you know. Well, I just moved right on past my order. We did get this trade, so we're up 11.50. Watch out for resistance up there at 88.25. 9 is above the 12 though, so that's looking really nice. May look for an entry off like 86.50 area, like right here. If we get a drop down, or not though. And if it does drop down to that from this point, then it's dropped too far. Okay, so we've got this spot here at 88.75 as the top. 93 is the upper of the VWAP, the upper band. We're nearing a cyan switch on the GTM. We've got the 9 above the 12, which is what is really confirming this move, and a 12.26 crossover also inbound. I'm gonna switch this over to 6 ticks, and then I'm gonna look for an entry off of 87.50. There's 87.50 as the entry point. Try to join the bid on the evaluation side. Completely ripped on past me. I knew this was gonna pop. I just was late. Keep being late on the eval side because I'm hesitant because of what happened. Why did my flashlight just turn on? All I did was just touch my phone. Now I have a flashlight on. Weird. Okay, now we're pushing up towards the upper of the V. We're pushing up towards the upper band of the volume weighted average price. Nailed it. All right, pop it up to 91.50. Ding, 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 ding. By the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. On top of that, y'all, if you would like to earn funding in the futures market, make sure that you check out Elite Trader Funding. These guys are the best in the biz, in my own personal opinion. They allow me the ability to choose my software from a multitude of different softwares available to you. You could be like on Ninja Trader or Tradeaway, or a bunch of other ones that they offer as well. And on top of that, y'all, you can earn funding as low as 10K and as high as $300,000. So you can really match your risk level, match your skill level with it as well. So that's one thing I also really like. So personally, I'm working on the 50K eval, $3,000 profit target, $2,000 drawdown, as well as I'm working on the 100K static eval with a $2,000 profit target and a $625 max drawdown. If you guys would like to take advantage of any of this stuff that is here and get access to $50,000 for under, something very inexpensive, you can use the link in the description and use the promo code JSBEST to lock in a lifetime discount. So you'll be getting access to $50,000 or more, depending on just whatever it is that you choose. You'll be getting access to that amount of money for, sometimes even less than $100. So it's really kind of the seal of the deal when it comes to trading. When it comes to any of this stuff, it's kind of like some of the best offers that are available out there, because you're just getting access to so much equity for so little. Yeah, I figured that we would head towards these previous highs. I was talking about it a lot earlier, but it really took a really long time to break out because the momentum has been super, super choppy today. There's a lot of it's a lot of accumulation based trading happening. I remember watching this trading from these institutional investors, and they were so blown away by this idea, this strategy called scalping. They were so blown away by it. They had never heard of it. And they were actually institutional investors. They brought in this dude, and it was this YouTube training. It was really funny, almost comical to watch, because they were just oh, they were really oh my gosh, you can take these kind of scalps. They're yeah, it's different. You're not taking the time, over the course of a couple hours to accumulate your position. Instead, you're just getting in and out, and you're in and out in 30 seconds. They're oh my gosh, that's crazy. How does that work? How do you even make profit at this? And they were so, intrigued by this. It was so hilarious to me just to watch it. Because I think it's really funny to look at humans when we look at people that are classically trained in something like that, when there's these other ideas that us laymen's implement in order to make it work for us. They're often blown away by it, and it's the funniest thing. I think that's one thing that's really cool about the human mind, is that the human mind will find solutions to what it seeks. If it's I seek to be profitable in day trading or something like that, it'll work to find those solutions for you. 3.6 to 4.1 to 4.4 on the TTM 1 minute chart. Switching over to the 3 minute chart, seeing if this seeing if we're still declining. 9.2 to 8.4 to 8.1 to 7.8. We're declining, but we're declining at a factor of 3 versus what before was a factor of 1.2, 1.3. So we're declining at a lower rate. Getting some sell off here from the top, which is normal and to be expected. Switching over to the 5 minute chart. We're up 1,450 on the paper side today. We're down probably about $1,400 or so, close to, in the 50K eval. It's a little less than that, but it's really close. 11.7 to 13.4 on the TTM5. This tells me that we'll likely have a test of 40.95 area. An entry off that 9 EMA looked really nice. I may take an entry here off 90.5, which is at that doji right there. I'm looking to get out at 92. Jumping over to the evaluation side. New candle now. Saw a flash of blue on that TTM there. That may push me out of my position. Gonna try and take a micro profit, which I did. This is flat right now on TTM. Tiny with the endless coffee pot. By the way, guys, if you guys have not checked out our Discord community, y'all should really check it out. We have a small but growing little family there that collaborates on a lot of different ideas, everything from trading to different instruments like futures, crypto, and stocks and whatnot, as well as entrepreneurship and personal development, philosophy, other things like that. So make sure you guys check that out. So it's a group that is designed to uplift each other and help each other learn and grow from each other. It's all about collaboration, and that's where we're at with that. So this is popping up. I was looking for that to pop up a little sooner. It was the TTM really that kind of scared me out of the position. But I was looking for that 9 to pop up, like that pop off that 9 EMA. I don't know why it's so hard for me to talk today. Falling down some now. Doji at the bottom of this on the 9. That does give us high potentiality for a pop. A lot of down wicks. We're up 1,500 on the paper side today, after being down 1,100 like right off the bat. What's the volume looking like? 25, 3, 22, 12 on the current. Let's take a micro short off this. I don't want to go for 6 ticks. It's a little too aggressive to me. I want to go down to 40.90. Our entry's at 90.75. Nah, TTM's kind of flattening out. And we're bouncing off that EMA right there. I don't know. There's not enough like movement really for me to take many trades. This is bouncing around so much. Like, look how sideways this is. I mean, like we're moving at like 50 cents in either direction on a minute by minute basis. This is really slow. Okay, so we did get that trade to the downside. That was 150 back. Switching to the 5-minute chart. $11.7 to 13.4 to 13.8. So we are getting some slowdown, flattening on the peak of the TTM here. on the 5-minute side. $8.1 to 7.6 to 7.2 to 6.2 on the 2TM3, and we'll have a new candle here in a few seconds, so I'm gonna wait for it. So we pulled back to the 9 EMA on the 3-minute chart, 6.2 to 5.1. So continued decline. Now picking up steam. Okay, this is more looking like a drop to me, because now the 9 is below the 12. We're dropping pretty heavily below the 50, below the 35. We may pull back up to the 50, which is at what, 86 and a quarter. I'm gonna try and go short off 86, and I'm looking for a move down even below this. I'm going to hold through this pullback for the moment. I think that this is going to be a turnaround point here. When we turn around, though, I don't know if we'll pull back below 83. Finding support off the 50 EMA, which is typically its own bounce zone. At our risk level on this, I don't want to take much more loss than this. TTM looking like 3.0 to 2.1 to 1.4, so 0.9. We're still at our risk level. 9 is below the 12. I tried to short this on the eval side. I missed the entry. Again, been missing entries all day long on the eval side. I'm not going to take that short there because of the 50 EMA, but so a little. All right, we're short.
Order filled.
Whoa. We're short 86 and a quarter. We're looking to move down to 85.50. Don't fill on me. Go down. 9 is below the 12. Remember, I don't have a lot of trailing max drawdown, so I have to keep a really close eye on that. Three seconds left on this. It's finding more support than I want it to. Damn it. I'm gonna have to cut this soon. You gotta be shitting me, dude. Excuse me.
Order filled.
Now our trailing is at 160. So we are really like kind of at the point where we're kind of hitting failure, practically. And that's really frustrating because of how much progress we made this week on our evaluation. And the thing of it is that I actually think this is potentially going to continue to fall down. And yet, it is finding support that bounce off that 50 EMA, which is frankly to be expected and kind of frustrating. Another possible crossover here. Just no trend today, man. At least not like on a per candle basis. Maybe I should just stop pushing on the day and just recoup and regroup for next week. Because if I look at this, like I'm practically at failure. I'm really close to it. I'm 160 away, which means every single trade from there on out needs to be perfect on the 50K. I'm gonna cut this one too. Given the movement and the challenge that I'm dealing with today, this is I'm gonna probably just stop today. And today's just too choppy for me. I basically blew my 50K account today after a really great week on it, and that's super frustrating. I still have an opportunity to come back on it, but I'm not going to try to take that opportunity today because it's just not working out for me. Clearly, I don't have an edge in today's market, and so because this is the case, I'm gonna walk away. I'm disappointed with myself for not walking away sooner. But all that said, I'm gonna walk away from it. Um, I will post my results in our Discord community, as always. I take my losses here with you guys. I take my wins here with you guys. Um, so yeah, guys, I love and appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. And on top of that, guys, join our Discord community. And if you're looking to earn funding in the futures market, check out Elite Trader Funding and use the promo code in the description to get that lifetime discount. So thank you, Optimus. I will see you on Monday. I hope you guys have an amazing and restorative weekend. We'll see you then. Peace out, y'all. Love and appreciate you. Bye.